If you're headed to Halloween Horror Nights this year, getting the wrong ticket could cost you more than you think. I'm Stephanie with Unconditional Adventures, and not only am I a U-Preferred travel agent, I'm also an HHN strategy expert. And I'm attending the premier Scream event this year before HHN actually opens, so I'll have even more tips and tricks coming soon. But for now, let's make sure you get the right tickets for you for this year's event so you have a scary good time. If you've never seen or heard of it, first of all, where have you been? But Halloween Horror Nights is the most interactive and immersive horror experience in the country, hands down. What began with just a few haunted houses and a show inside of a theme park has now grown to between 8 and 10 haunted houses, 4 scare zones throughout the walkways in the park, a nightmare circus show, a water projection show, a DJ dance party, terror tram, and so much more. It's in the 34th year in Orlando and the 28th year in Hollywood. Now, 2025's event runs August 29th to November 2nd in Orlando and September 4th to November 2nd in Hollywood. It is a separately ticketed event and it doesn't happen every night, so be sure and check the Universal event calendar when planning your visit. HHN has some big name houses this year, including Fallout, Five Nights at Freddy's, and the gruesome Terrifier. The Nightmare Fuel Circus of Decay show returns, as does the water projection show Hauntophonic, A Ghoulish Journey, after being gone for a few years. You also have the chance to ride some of the bigger attractions like Revenge of the Mummy, Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts, and Men in Black Alien Attack during the event. One of the biggest draws, though, hands down, is the food. There are specialty menu items that you are only able to get during HHN, so the lines for food and drinks are often crazy long. Same with the themed merchandise. The theme and the designs change every single year, so popular items will often sell out by the end of the run. What was once considered more of an event for locals or an added ticket feature for those already coming to Universal during spooky season, Halloween Horror Nights has morphed into a major draw to the parks. People come from far and wide just to go to HHN for a night or two and to experience all of the horrors that this after-hours scare fest offers. There's a lot to take in, and certainly a lot of different tours and ways to experience HHN, which can get overwhelming and cause you to just buy a ticket hoping that it's the right one. So let's break down the options so you know exactly what's best for you. Starting in Orlando, you can buy a single night admission to Halloween Horror Nights. Again, this is a separately ticketed event, so a ticket to the parks during the day does not get you into HHN. These are great add-ons if you're already visiting the park and just want to check out the event once. Single night tickets start at $86 per person, depending on the date. Weekends will always cost more, and the closer you get to Halloween, the more expensive the tickets will get. They are also more expensive if you buy them at the gate, so don't wait if you don't have to. There is a specific Halloween Horror Nights Express Pass that you can add on as well. This lets you into the Express line one time at all haunted houses, plus the open rides and attractions. Again, these only work during HHN and are only for the specific night that you purchase. It's an add-on, so you still have to buy a ticket to get into Halloween Horror Nights. Prices start at $170 per person, depending on the night. And if you've ever been, you know HHN gets packed. So yes, the Express Pass is going to look expensive, especially in October, but believe me when I tell you, it will save you so much time. And in some cases, it's the only way that you're gonna get through all of the haunted houses, all of the rides, and all the attractions in one night. Now, if you know you want to go more than one night, there are several multi-night ticket options available. Rush of Fear, Frequent Fear Plus, and Ultimate Frequent Fear. See what I mean about there being a lot of options? Here are the basics. The Rush of Fear Pass lets you visit up to 18 times. All of the eligible dates are in August and September, starting when the event begins on August 29th. This ticket starts at $200 per person. There is also an option to upgrade and include an express pass for each visit, which bumps the price up about $400. But in Orlando, those are sold out for 2025. The Frequent Fear Pass lets you face your fears up to 30 times, with eligible dates beginning on opening night and going all the way through the length of the event. These tickets start at $250 per person, which, as the easy math shows you, is less than a one-day difference between Rush of Fear and Frequent Fear. This ticket also has an upgrade to Express option, which is also sold out for 2025. The Frequent Fear Plus offers you up to 40 visits during the event, starting at $300 per person. And the Ultimate Frequent Fear gets you into all 48 HHN nights in 2025 for $420. And as you probably guessed, the Express upgrades on both of those options are already sold out. The multi-night tickets are heavily targeting locals, but if you are a Halloween enthusiast, getting the Rush of Fear Pass is worth it as long as you at least plan to go 3 event nights, which is absolutely doable, especially in early September. There is another premium Scream event this year, like I mentioned, on August 28th. These events are sold at limited capacity, so shorter wait times for all of the houses and the rides. Plus you get unlimited food and non-alcoholic drinks around the park. This event sold out just this week, but be on the lookout for my upcoming videos and I'll show you why it may be worth visiting in 2026. There's also what's called a Scream Early ticket, and what this includes is often confusing for newbies. With a Scream Early ticket, you're able to get into Universal Studios after 3 p.m. on the night you purchase, and then you're already in the park when the event starts around 6. Now, to be clear, you still have to buy an HHN event ticket. This add-on just gives you access to get into Universal Studios before it closes to the general public. You'll go to one of the HHN kiosks inside the park, get your Scream Early wristband, and then you can check out everything you want during the day and you don't get kicked out when the park closes to set up for the event. This is also a great way for those of you visiting just for HHN to get in and check out Universal a little bit during the day without having to buy a full day ticket. This add-on starts at $55. Hollywood doesn't offer as many ticket options, but there are single night tickets, multi-night options, early access tickets, Express Pass add-ons, and bundles that include both your HHN ticket plus an Express Pass. If waiting in long lines isn't your thing, you might consider a R.I.P tour or a private R.I.P tour. These tours each have special perks, and of course the private tour would just be for your group, whereas the R.I.P tour, you join other groups. With the R.I.P tour, you get priority entry to the haunted houses on the group itinerary once during your tour. And with the private tour, you get priority entry as many times as you want to those houses, plus priority entry to select attractions as well. You also get an Express Pass unlimited for the rides open during the event. That alone saves you an enormous amount of time. You also get free valet parking, light appetizers before the tour in Orlando, or a gourmet dinner during the tour in Hollywood, reserved seating at shows during your tour, and a commemorative R.I.P credential, lanyard, and button. So who are these tours good for? If you only have one night to spend at HHN and you truly want to see and do it all, this is the only way that that's going to happen. You truly walk right into the houses and the shows. You wait very minimally for rides. So really about the only line you'll actually wait in is to get food. Or if you're a huge HHN fan and you really want to level up your overall experience, it's totally worth the R.I.P tour at least once. An important note about these tours: in Orlando, they are considered add-ons, which means you still have to buy an HHN entry ticket into the event. Your tour cost does not cover admission. But in Hollywood, your admission to HHN is included in the price, so be sure to note that difference. The Orlando website says the tours start in the high 300s, but when I look at the schedule, I don't see any tour under $400. For private R.I.P tours, you must call in or have your travel advisor call in for rates and availability. The Hollywood website does have tours available beginning at $429 per person. You'll also have to call in to reserve a private tour there. Now, if you're like me and you love the idea of haunted houses and how they're put together, but you're a little chicken and don't like to be scared, then Orlando offers a Behind the Screams Unmasking the Horrors tour. This is a daytime VIP tour with the lights on, so you can get a true insider look at how these houses work. You'll walk through 3 or 6 houses with a tour guide who gives you all kinds of information about the storyline, how some of the cool effects work, and you can even take pictures in designated rooms. You also get a commemorative pin, and the 6 house tour includes a buffet lunch. The tour price, again, does not include your admission to Universal Studios or admission to Halloween Horror Nights. However, you don't have to have a ticket to either of those things to take this tour. It is completely standalone. The 3 house tour starts at $100 and the 6 house tour at $200, and there is plenty of availability for both. Now, it's not just the parks that get into the spooky spirit. The hotels at Universal Orlando Resort are decked out during Halloween season as well, and most of the restaurants offer late night spooky snacks, which is really helpful considering the event ends at 2 a.m. most nights. Now, staying on site has tons of benefits, and these can really come into play during HHN. Being close to the park during this busy season and getting free transportation to the event and back to your hotel is huge, especially if you stay until the event ends. You're tired, full of good food, lost your voice from screaming so much, and have probably peed your pants at least one time, so not having to worry about how you're getting back to your room is a major benefit. There is a stay and scream package that requires a 2-night minimum stay, plus one of what feels like 100 ticket options to the parks during the day. It does not include HHN admission, but this bundle can save you about $200. If you're just wanting to go to HHN, there is a 1-night hotel and ticket package that gets you into 1 night of the event with your stay. Pricing differs based on which hotel and HHN ticket availability, so be sure you ask your travel advisor about these 2 packages soon, as the hotels, just like the tickets, are probably going to sell out the closer you get to Halloween. I know that was a lot of information to throw at you, so let me break down a couple of the important things that you really need to decide before you dive into tickets, add-ons, and hotels. First, do you have a rough idea of when you want to visit? Opening weekend for HHN will be busy, but early September is much slower, especially during the weekdays. Crowds begin to pick up on weekends and then every day in October, so when you visit can certainly help determine which type of ticket is best. What's your budget? Is Halloween Horror Nights why you came and you want to spend the extra money to make it a true event experience? Is this just an extra fun event that you're checking out on top of your park visit and you just want to see what it's all about? Once you know your dates and your budget, that helps determine whether you should go 1 night, multi-nights, or do a tour. What's your scare level? Are haunted houses a must for you, or would you rather ride the rides at night, see the shows, eat a bunch of yummy food? Even as a scaredy cat, I have a ton of fun at HHN because I know what I want to accomplish and I know what I want to do when I'm there. I also know what lines I don't have to worry about because I'm never going to wait in them to get into certain haunted houses. And this helps narrow down which ticket is also going to be right for you. Each year I hear stories from people who say they didn't enjoy going to HHN because it was too crowded or they didn't have enough time. And when I talk to them about which tickets they purchased, guess what we find out? That a lot of the negative things that they experienced were just because they got the wrong ticket and they could have been avoided if they had had a better plan. And that's what travel advisors do. We want to help you to plan and to make the right decision so that you avoid wasting time, wasting money, and making those costly mistakes. One of the catchphrases used at Halloween Horror Nights is never go alone, which is absolutely true. I also don't want you to go unprepared. So if you're interested in Halloween Horror Nights, reach out to me. We'll go over tickets, hotels, and trip planning so that you have an absolutely horrifying experience in all the right ways. Just comment below or email me. I've got my contact info in the description. And be sure you check out my blog for even more HHN 2025 info. There's a link in the description. If you haven't already, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll have all kinds of insider tips and tricks after I visit the Premiere Scream event. So be sure you turn on notifications as well so you don't miss any upcoming videos.
See you in the fog.